welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for coming back for another What's Sold video on Poshmark. For those of you who might be new here, welcome. Thanks for clicking on this video as well. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a full-time working mom of 4 young kids, and I like making videos on fashion, beauty, and a mommy lifestyle. So if those things sound interesting to you, please consider checking out my other videos linked down below and consider subscribing to my channel as well. I'd really appreciate all your support. So I want to continue on today with my weekly What's Sold series, and I'm covering all of my sales on Poshmark that I made for the previous week. And I'm relatively new to the Poshmark platform, and I've only been reselling for several months now, so I'm hopeful that these videos will be interesting to you, especially if you're just starting out like I am on your reselling journey, and may give you some ideas as to what's trending now, what things you should look out for when you're sourcing your closets, and what things you might want to leave behind. So I'm hopeful that you will find these videos helpful for those reasons. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and I will say that the past week that I'm going to cover, which is from May 26th, I'm going to go through the sales from that Sunday through the following Saturday, so 7 full days, and my sales were pretty good, I'd say. I sold 9 items, which for me is pretty on track as to where I've been going these days. I'd like to, of course, increase those numbers, but so far I'm pretty happy with those types of numbers. So the first thing that sold for this week was this pair of Clarks Danelli Molly leather espadrille flats. These were new without tags, and I actually purchased these from a Goodwill when we were in Lake Tahoe on vacation, so it had kind of a nice sentimental value to it for me. And I thought they were just a really cute pair of leather espadrille flats that I thought would be perfect for the season. A really nice teal color, as you can see as well. And Clarks, of course, has a lot of comfort features built into them, so I think that they potentially are something that people search for as well. I do own several pairs of Clarks in my personal closet as well, and I really like them. And I thought this particular style was relatively trendy with the espadrille bottom and the perforations also in the leather upper. So these ultimately sold for a best offer, and sold relatively quickly, I'd say, within about a month or a month and a half or so. And the best offer was for $30. Poshmark fees were $6. So my net earnings were $24. I should also remind you that all the net earnings I'm quoting do not include cost of goods and also do not include any business-related expenses. I just wanted to quote you my net earnings directly from Poshmark, so at least you can get a sense of some idea as to what types of profits can be made from these items. In case you're interested in terms of what types of cost of goods I'm looking at, I will try to include more of this information on future videos, especially haul videos, where I'll try to highlight some of the cost of all these items that I purchased them for. So the next item that sold was this original penguin graphic t-shirt, and this was just a pretty simple tee. However, it was in excellent condition, and I kind of like the style with the floral print there. And the graphic logo. Penguin is a relatively high quality brand, and I thought somebody would like this shirt. And I often don't source men's items, but how I come across these is sometimes I'm in the women's section and the men's items are often mislabeled or placed in the women's section by mistake, and that's kind of how I come across these items. And if I like them, I tend to pick them up, and that's really where most of my men's items come from, is when I mistakenly find them in the women's section. And this was the case for this particular shirt. And this shirt, I had listed it originally a little bit higher, but ultimately I did accept a best offer price of $12. Poshmark fees were $2.95, so my net earnings from Poshmark were $9.05. And this particular shirt was purchased during one of the closet clear out days, so the buyer was also able to save a little bit on shipping as well. In general, the closet clear out days haven't been very successful for me, but this was one item that it actually worked for, so I was happy about that. The next item that sold was this beautiful Dooney & Bourke patent leather satchel. And this was actually from my personal closet. I have a lot of Dooney & Bourke items. I absolutely love Dooney & Bourke, and I just really need to clear out my closet of them. I just have way too many purses, so this is one of those purses. And I did use this a bit going to work. It is a little bit flashy for work, I think, but I just love the pop of color. I thought it was beautiful. I love the patent leather. Dooney & Bourke has such great quality purses as well, so I had fun carrying it around work. And it was just time for me to part with it and move on to other bags, so I decided to put it up for sale. There were some flaws, some scuffs, some normal wear and tear, but overall I thought it was in excellent condition. It did come with a shoulder strap which could be worn crossbody, in addition to a leather key fob, as you can see there. So this item I had listed for higher, but was able to accept a best offer from the buyer for $55. Poshmark fees were $11, and my net earnings on this item were $44. So I absolutely love Dooney & Bourke. I'm still going to buy Dooney & Bourke for my personal closet. In terms of buying Dooney & Bourke to resell, I think it's a little more challenging because I think overall Dooney & Bourke holds their resale value decently. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to source these items, but in terms of just reselling my own personal Dooney & Bourke items, I'm definitely going to keep doing so. I have a little bit more to work through still. So I'm very happy this sold and went to another good home. So the next item that sold was this Madewell Miracle Heathered Olive Linen Tee. And this particular item did have a fair amount of likes. Initially, it wasn't in my closet for very long, and I have been able to sell Madewell tees, even pretty basic ones like this, which may be a little surprising. This particular top, though, I think had some unique features. It was 100% linen, and I do really love the heathered olive color, and I think the style, the kind of more boxy style with that kind of cap sleeve or sleeveless detail, I think is also very trendy now for this time of year. So this was a very cute top for those reasons. And ultimately, I was able to sell it for a best offer of $18. Poshmark fees were $3.60, so my net earnings were $14.40. And I definitely am always on the lookout for a Madewell. In fact, my best-selling Madewell items really are just basic tees. And these items sell really well, especially if they're a fun color like this and linen in particular. So definitely some things to be on the lookout for. So next item that sold were the Seychelles two-tone leather heeled sandals. So this brand is sold, I believe, in several places. I know it's oftentimes sold at Anthropologie, but also I've seen them at Saks Fifth Avenue and other retailers as well. It's a very, in my opinion, pretty trendy brand of shoes. And this particular item I thought was very trendy. It was an open sandal with a back strap that was adjustable and a heel design. It was very comfortable as well. And I really like the two-tone style with a pop of yellow on the heel strap. So overall, I thought these shoes were just perfect going into the summer months. And there was a little bit of wear of them, but overall, I thought they were in very good condition. And I ultimately accepted a best offer price of $20. Poshmark fees were $4, and my net earnings on this item were $16. So I didn't make a huge profit off of these, to be honest with you, but given that I love sourcing shoes, I just had to kind of move my shoes along as well and wanted to sell some of them. So I think accepting an offer of $20 was quite reasonable, and I was happy with that. The next item that sold was this cute Disney Mickey Mouse tee, and what made it special, I think, is the burnout design, as you can see here, and it was a more fitted style, a women's fitted style t-shirt, which I think was also something that made it popular as well. And it didn't get a whole lot of likes, but I think some of these Disney items, you just have to kind of wait for the right buyer, that one Disney lover that really wants that item. And luckily, somebody did, and I ultimately sat on this for about a couple of months or so, which isn't too long in my opinion. And I was hopeful that as we go into the summer months and potentially people are going on more Disney vacations, these Disney items might be a little more popular during this time of year. So I did accept a offers to likers offer on this item. So my offer was for $20 and my shipping discount was $1.80. Poshmark fees were $4.40, so my net earnings were $15.80. And I made a decent profit off of this t-shirt. Overall, of course, I'm not making huge profits on these relatively lower price items, but they tend to move a little bit more quickly than some of the higher price items. So I was happy with the profit that I made off of this shirt, and I'm happy that I went to somebody that really wanted it as well. So the next item that sold was this Perlina leather backpack in this fuchsia color, and this again was sourced in my personal closet. Again, I'm working through a lot of the bags that I have to sell, and this particular item had been in my closet for a couple of months and had 19 likes, so a decent amount of interest, I think. It was a cute backpack, and I think that backpacks really are trending now as well. It was unused, and it had the tags included, as you can see here. There's a little bit of wear from it just from storage because I've had it for a bit in my closet, but I really haven't used it. And it had a lot of functional organizational elements as well. And because I was sitting on it for a couple months and really just wanted to move it along because it was from my own personal closet, I did decide to accept a best offer price of $20. Poshmark fees are $4 and my net earnings were $16. And the next item that sold was this Sundance cotton button front blouse. It also had a cute little pocket detail on the left hemline there, as you can see in the picture. And Sundance, as I mentioned in my last video, for me at least, is something that I think is very popular, at least in my closet. I've sold 2 Sundance items now. I haven't been able to find it that easily, but in the future, if I see any more Sundance items in good condition, I definitely am going to pick them up. So far, I've had good success with this brand, and it's a catalog brand that I think people are actively searching for. There's definitely a strong following for it here on Poshmark. And this item, I think, was very appropriate for the season, even though it was a 3/4 length sleeve. It was a very lightweight cotton material, so very breathable, and it had the convertible sleeve, so you could shorten it to more of a short sleeve style as well. I was able to accept a best offer of $14. Poshmark fees were $2.95, so my net earnings were $11.05. And my 9th and final sale for last week was this Creative Goods Hamilton the Musical t-shirt. And I'm always on the lookout for these kind of more fun graphic type of t-shirts, and you never know what people are going to be looking for out there. And as you know, Hamilton is just amazingly popular musical now, so I thought that somebody might be looking for this particular item. I also did really like the cut of this t-shirt. It had a little bit of a dolman sleeve, kind of a cap sleeve style as well, and it was a nice heathered gray color, and the Hamilton logo I think was done in a very classy way, which is all in black. So I thought it was a really cute design of the t-shirt overall, and the fact that it was from Hamilton I thought would make it a little bit popular and something that somebody might be looking for. So I've sat on this for a couple months now as well, but I think the right buyer finally came along and offered $15, which I accepted. So Poshmark fees were $3 and my net earnings were $12 on this item. So going forward, I definitely am going to continue to look for some kind of fun graphic tees that might be hard to find on the regular marketplace. I think these types of unique items tend to do relatively well, at least in my closet. So there you have it. That brings me to the end of my sales for the week of May 26th. That were 9 total sales, which I was relatively pleased with. I sold really a mix of everything, I think. A pair of shoes, a couple of bags, and then some tops. So overall, I was very pleased with the week, and I hope to continue to ramp up my sales going forward. I hope you found this video helpful and got some ideas as to what things you might be wanting to source for in your own closets, and a better idea of what's trending out there right now. If you have any questions about any of these items or about my Poshmark experience in general, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. Please also don't forget to click a thumbs up for this video and subscribe down below if you enjoyed what you heard today. And I will plan to see you again in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!